Jolly ho! Before we begin this evening's concerto, let's take a look under the hood.
So here we have our patch. Over here is a big old button. And that ends the whole piece. Fires all the samples off at the same time. In here we have PA through PK. L. So let's have a little looky in one of these. These are all the same. Let's have a little looky right here. So it looks like we start off with a line, and that line goes from 2 to 100 in 6 milliseconds, and then a delay that waits 8 milliseconds and then draws a line from 100 to 1 over 9 milliseconds. Well, that's fascinating. And then out of that comes into a select 1. So when it ends here, it knows it's ended. It's different than here in the beginning. It's the end. So that gets banged, and that goes into a random number generator. Oh no, I hit the button. Now, that is the number 4. So that goes into this selector here, and it goes, let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 53. So that comes out here, hits this 53. Ooh, look at that. There's a problem. And, oh, there's a serious problem. And that goes into this number box here so I can see it, so I know which note it is. So that 53 represents a MIDI note. That goes into the MIDI to frequency converter, and it converts that number 53 into a frequency of 174.6. That goes into the saw generator, and that goes into this here slider. So it's always making this wonderful saw sound, but it's making a line. So effectively, it does a volume increase. And decrease. And if I set it to loop up here, Bamacles, it will now loop. This time we picked 41, we're at 87.31. So this just sends out a frequency called loop. And there are, like I said, well, A through L of them. 12 maybe. All those fire off. And then over here, we have the magic button. And this makes this part down here go. So let's see what P1 is all about. P1 through 4 are the same. Oh, fascinating. So we have up here, we're receiving the metro, the count. That's sending out a bang. That's creating our chord. Like before, it's taking a number, MIDI to frequency, putting it into the saw. Zoom down here into our volume, our first volume slider. This is doing a fast ba 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 ba. And then that goes into a second volume slider, which is like before, which is the slow up and down. Ooh, look at it go down. And these are the guts for that. And that concludes